Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited for today's video because it is finally the video that I've probably been talking about the most throughout this whole starting uni series, and it is my study journal video. I've finally put it together. It's taken me a long time, let's just put it that way. Like, a lot of hours have gone into this book, so I'm hoping you'll find it fun to like come along with me for the journey. I've taken a lot of clips of like me drawing everything out, so I am in different outfits obviously because it took about a month to do. I'm a busy gal, so it's finally done. So I just thought we'd talk through it, just in case you were thinking of doing your own study journal or any journal in particular and you just wanted some ideas. I will put it out there, I am not the best artist in the world, but we'll get into that later. So to start off, I thought I'd just show you my journal. If you haven't seen this, this was in my stationery haul, that was a couple of weeks ago. But it's just this really cute, like minty, muted blue-green notebook. That's a lot of colours, and it's just got notes written in like a gold foil and then like a fern leaf like imprinted on it. It's really cute. It's from Sainsbury's. I think this was like £3. It's A5, really thin, and I just thought it'd be good to like shove in my mini backpack. As you can see, I'm not taking a lot of love over this. Like, I appreciate that this is going to get messy throughout the year, but it's what it's set for. I will say the pages were lined. I don't know, yeah, there are blank ones. The pages, oh, except you won't be able to see them. The pages were lined like really thin, like dots. It's not like a bullet journal, so it didn't have any lines going down it. But the pages are quite thin, which I didn't really take into account. So a lot of my ideas that I had with like really pretty coloured pens and highlighters and things didn't work out because it just bled through the page. You'll see like on the back page I had like a bit of, can you see that? Yeah, I had some tests going on of like what I could and couldn't use. Pencil I could obviously use, so I have resorted to some of that. But I'm going to stop talking now and let's just get into it. I did like pre-plan some of the pages that I wanted to do just from like Pinterest boards and things like that, just sort of pages that I thought were a good idea. This is actually like my first proper pucker like study journal that I've done. I've obviously kept track of things along the way, but I've never like written it down in like a half pretty format. But yeah, so my first page is just my timetable. I've done Monday through Friday down the side and then the hours across the top. I did go until 6 PM. I'm not sure if I'll have any lectures that will go on that late, but just in case there's like any study club or anything like that, I wanted to add on. And I've just gone through and coloured that, and I'll also colour code the like lectures and tutorials different colours just so I know where I'm going. And I just thought this was a great way. I've also like screenshotted it on my phone obviously, like, but it's just good to have it as a backup option if my phone's ever dead and I don't know where I'm going. And it's just easy to make sure like if someone wants to make plans in class or something and we have different lectures, I can just quickly check to see if I'm free. Moving on, I've got my deadlines and my grades. You'll notice that the pages are actually blank for this. That's because I obviously haven't got my grades yet, so I haven't written those in. I could probably go ahead and add in my deadlines because I have now got those, but this was just for me to reflect back on. So the deadlines, I'll literally list like the course, the deadlines, the course, the deadlines, course, deadlines in like chronological order. I've also put them later on through the journal in like on the day, like day of the week that I've got a breakdown diary of. I put them there as well, and I thought that was quite nice to have the deadlines and the grades next to each other because I can kind of compare each subject and what I got for that. Grades I also find to be really useful just because I do like to know how I'm doing throughout the year, and it is quite an effort to have to like log onto the system and it doesn't actually tell you, so you have to kind of like work out the percentages, which can get quite confusing quite quickly. So I thought having it all in one place where it's just easy to access would be really great. And it's just good if like my mum or something asks me how I'm doing, I can just check up on it really quickly, no matter where I am. So that was really useful for me. The next page is a bit of a mess, but I have got a year calendar. So I've just written down like every day of the week. You'll notice I have gaps where I've left out like Easter holidays, Christmas holidays and things like that. And I'll just go through it, and I think I'm going to circle my deadline dates in here as well, just so it's reinforced for me, because as you can tell I'm pretty paranoid about my deadlines. But yeah, I just thought this was great to kind of reflect over. I look at this probably the most on, like, this probably the most checked thing on my Apple laptop is like the calendar by the year. I love looking at it like across the year and planning things out and seeing what's what, so I thought that would be really great to have in here as well. Now the next page is also a bit of a fail. You'll notice that in my like cut off clip I actually ripped the page out at the end and start again. I saw this on Pinterest. It's a study page. So it looks like this. So it's just got hours of study across the top, and then the dates, not the dates, the number of weeks down the side. I've done it as number of weeks. That is not what the girl on Pinterest did. She must have done it by the month, because remembering how many hours you've studied in a week is quite hard, and her hours were 1, 2, 3 and 4, which I've done up to 4 hours. But I'm thinking in a week I'm definitely going to have more than 4 hours. So I might treat this as January study guide and just go until like the 30 or the 31 or whatever it starts on. I think it's 31. You'll see I've gone down to 35 because that's how many weeks of university I have. So yeah, I think I'll just use this for January and then put in the rest of the months in the back. But I thought this was just a really nice way to kind of track my progress and make sure I am doing study, like if I've got a lot of days where there's nothing in there. Obviously that's quite bad. I know it is another thing to like check off your list, like, oh, I've got to fill that in as well. But I am one of those people who quite likes ticking things off, so I think it will be quite satisfying to kind of get my purple highlighter and like draw my hours of study on there. I'm hoping to get 4 hours plus every day, but we'll see how that goes, won't we? Then I have moved on to my weekly like planner. So I prefer doing it a week across 2 pages. So I've currently got this set up. Of just my reading list at the top, Monday through Wednesday on one page, and then Thursday through Sunday on the other page. You'll notice on the weekend it's a bit smaller because this is supposed to be a study guide, and I'm not sure if you've seen any of my previous videos, but I hate studying on the weekend, so I don't intend to be doing much. For my reading list, some of them are quite intense, so I'm just going to put like chapter numbers and then like ref course guide or whatever, so it will just be shorthand in there, and I'm going to make it all colour coded and kind of destroy it as I go along, because as I said, the colours do seep through the page. But I think it will be quite nice to have kind of like a wreck-it journal as I go. I think it will just be a hell of a lot more satisfying knowing that I've like ticked things off and stuff, rather than like trying to keep it really like within the box, clean and everything. So that's my plan, and I've gone all the way through till May. Maybe even June, because I think I got a bit carried away because I was doing all of the like Mondays through Fridays first and then adding in the dates afterwards, so it did go on for quite a bit. To know the date or the month even, I've just popped it in the top corner, so nothing too fancy, and then I've colour coded the reading boxes, so you'll see like in a different month it's a different colour. So that's the kind of way I've gone about it, and that is actually everything I've included. So far it's not much, but I feel like study guide, you don't want it to be too intensive, like you don't want to have to be filling too many things out, especially if you've got a separate journal running alongside that for like your personal life, which I have, and I didn't want them both to be in the same place because I don't want to be taking my personal journal into university like every day. I think that's a bit strange, especially if I lost it. That would be really like heartbreaking, so I thought I'd keep it all in one. If you have any recommendations of other things that you've done in your study journal which you think would be good to add, let me know. But yeah, I'm really happy with how it turned out actually. It was a bit of like a labour of love. It took a very long time, and there were a lot of ripped out pages where I like messed up or thought I could use like a fancy fine liner and I couldn't. So yeah, it was a bit of a learning curve, but definitely a lot of fun. I would definitely say there's things you can learn from my journal. Obviously it's not the prettiest one ever. You'll see in some of the close-ups like my Monday through to Friday timetable, I've tried to write the whole of Wednesday out rather than just like Mon, Tu, Wed, which would have been way easier. And I think the same for the weekly planner. Like I have 35 weeks of study, so I've written God knows how many days, 35 times 7, work it out. I've written Monday through Friday a lot. I know they have study journals out there already, like that you can like already printed, you don't have to fill them in, but I thought it was going to be kind of fun to like personalise it myself, and I feel like I'd be a lot more attached to my journal and more likely to fill it in rather than if I just bought one on Amazon for like a £5. Obviously it did take a lot of time, but again hopefully that will make me more invested in actually using it. I do have quite a lot of spare pages. I have like pretty much like a half the book probably. Let me just check. Yeah, I've got like half the book left, so I've got plenty of room for like study notes or anything like that. I will be taking study notes on my Mac, but it's always nice to know that I've got some spare paper if I need it. But yeah, that is everything I have included in my study journal. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe down below. I've got a few more videos coming for you for my starting uni series that I've got going on, so make sure you hang around for those, and hopefully I'll see you very soon.